FBI's investigation into Wayne County is heating up, already netting 2 criminal charges, and there's no sign at all this probe is winding down.
The 7 Action News investigators were the first to expose the severance scandal. Investigator Ross Jones joins us now with the latest on the Fed's case and where it may go from here. What have you found out, Ross?
Well, good evening, Diana. Stephen, perhaps the only thing as surprising as the charges in last week's complaint was how quickly the FBI was able to build its case.
The FBI was kicking around Kwame Kilpatrick's administration for years before issuing its first charge in the probe into his office. But the case made against 2 of Wayne County Executive Robert Ficano's appointees took only a few months. Working with a confidential Wayne County vendor, the feds say they have clear evidence that former County Chief Information Officer Tahir Kazmi used his position at the county to get kickbacks from a vendor.
All credit goes to the FBI for how this case has progressed so quickly over such a short period of time.
William Kowalski is a former assistant special agent in charge of the FBI's Detroit office. He worked on the case against Kilpatrick and, like many in the legal community, was surprised by the Fed's speed. Kowalski says in this case, time may have been an enemy of the Feds.
This one developed more quickly because you have a source out there who's being pressured, an individual, a vendor, who's being continually pressured by these 2 individuals to take certain action, and you can only let that scenario play out for so long before either more suspicions occur.
And adding to the pressure, the Feds learned Tahir Kazmi had threatened to commit suicide if a county vendor mentioned anything about bribes to the FBI.
And that has a shelf life, so you have to take action over a shorter period of time.
While Kazmi was named in an FBI subpoena back in October, many inside Wayne County were surprised to see that he was the first top official charged. Sources inside the Guardian building say they expected to see Michael Grundy's name in a criminal complaint first. He was the assistant county CEO, fired after it was reported he'd pressured a county vendor for kickbacks. Legal experts say it's possible that the feds will use Kazmi to build a potential case against Grundy and other targets that could be charged later on. Former Deputy County CEO Azam Elder and former Economic Czar Turkia Mullen's names were absent from last week's criminal complaint. But legal experts say they're far from in the clear.
Turkia Mullen, I'm certainly reading this with great interest. If I'm, frankly, Robert Ficano or many of the defense counsels within the city of Detroit here, I'm reading this with great interest and then figuring out what my next step might be.
Now, Robert Ficano has insisted all along that he won't be charged in this probe because he says he's done nothing wrong. Even if that's true, though, some county commissioners say Ficano still needs to go. They say if it took an FBI investigation to tell him what's been going on in his own administration, what other surprises might be in store.
Ross Jones, thank you.
Thank you, Ross.